of Kofa's refusal to vacate the office as instructed by the committee. Sierra President Julius Madabio challenges soldiers of the armed forces of Liberia to stand and defend the country's constitution, urging the AFL soldiers to desist from political activities. Despite popular cries of rampant corruption of the workers' government, Corruption Perception Index 2024 report reveals progress of the Liberian government in the fight against corruption, but Sita executive director calls for more drastic approach against corrupt officials. In foreign news, Rwandan back M23 rebels attacked DR Congo army and they calm in fighting. The details of these plus all developments are ahead. We take a short break to be right back. Welcome back. The Committee of Rules, Order and Administration has led an eviction of the office of the embattled Speaker Funati Kofa. Recently, embattled Speaker Funati Kofa vehemently refused to turn over the office to the majority bloc Speaker Representative Richard Cohen. Speaking to reporters following the eviction, Bond County District 5 Representative James Collins said the office of the Speaker is not designated for any particular lawmaker, stating that such an office is occupied through legal means. Representative Collins stressed that the office should not be held by a specific lawmaker, but rather by someone duly appointed through the legislative process. He alleged that Kofa has been holding on to the office despite being replaced by Representative Richard Cohn. The lawmaker further disclosed that plenary has sent multiple communications regarding the matter, urging Kofa to vacate the premises but to no avail. Representative Cohn also revealed that Kofa has been instructed since last week to remove his belongings from the office, but had refused to do so. Colette asserted that plenary had taken the necessary steps to facilitate a smooth transition, ensuring the legislative functions were not disrupted. Sierra President Julius Malabio challenged the soldiers of the armed forces of Liberia to stand firm as guardians of democracy, uphold the rule of law, and defend the Liberian Constitution. Delivering the keynote speech marking the observance of the 68th Armed Forces Day in Monrovia on Tuesday, President Bio cautioned the AFL to remain out of political activities and stay loyal to the country and its people. The Sierra Leonean president clarified that the AFL's commitment to professionalism, respect for human rights, and collaboration with several institutions will not only strengthen Liberia's democracy but also set an example for the West African region and reassured the Liberians of the Army's respect to democratic values. President Madabio then encouraged the AFL to allow their service be marked by integrity, patriotism, and to be the shield that protects and not destroys. Liberia has been ranked 141 out of 180 countries covered by Corruption Perception Index initiated by the Transparency International, scoring 27 points in 2024 as compared to 25 points scored in 2023 during the regime of former President George Weah. Addressing a press conference in Monrovia on Tuesday, Sinta Executive Director Anderson Miamen disclosed that Liberia has won two steps on the 2024 Corruption Perception Index ladder for the first time in 7 years. According to him, despite Liberia's rank in the 2024 CPI, which shows a marginal progress in the Waka Cohn's administration, efforts to fight against corruption, much work needs to be done as the country remains one of the biggest global decliners in 2024. Meanwhile, Sinta executive director has cautioned the Liberian government not to be complacent, adding that the penalty for corruption still remains high. He further called on President Walker now to be partial in persecuting and dismissing corrupt public officials in his government. President Joseph Walker has reaffirmed his government's commitment in addressing the many challenges confronting the armed forces of Liberia. According to President Walker, his government is aware of the many challenges faced the Liberian army, commending the officers for their dedication despite these challenges. The Liberian leader made these comments at a program marking the observance of the Armed Forces Day in Monrovia on Tuesday. President Joseph Walker also ordered the Ministry of National Defense to begin working along with other ministries and agencies on the possibility of assessing and renovating military facilities in Maryland, Lima, and Bowman counties. President Walker, who is also the Commander in Chief of the Armed Forces of Liberia, said efforts are being made to renovate the military barrack in Todi, Montserrado County. He indicated that the renovation will restore the Tottenham military barrack to its pre-war status. Controversial Montserrado County District 10 Representative Yeka Cordoba has declared his intention to contest the 2029 presidential elections. Addressing a press conference Tuesday, Representative Cordoba says his intention is to prosecute Vice President Jeremiah Cohen and President Joseph Walker for what he described as rampant corruption. Representative Cordoba vowed to campaign across Liberia to win the 2029 elections to ensure President Walker account for his gross violation of the rule of law. Representative Cordoba added that when elected, he will now work with all politicians, adding that it is time that young people take on the mantle of authority and lead with sincerity. Citizens of Medina Town in Gawula District, Great County, have threatened to kill a baboon after the wildlife animal terrorized the life of residents in the area. Recently, the baboon attacked and harmed a man identified as Joe Armstrong and a minor in Medina Town, Gawula District, Great County. Speaking to newsmen in the county, the citizens threatened to take away the life of the baboon if it continues to harm peaceful citizens in the town. They disclosed that the presence of a wildlife animal in the town has instilled fear in residents, preventing normal living activities and creating disorder. They expressed disappointment in the government of Liberia and the Forestry Development Authority for failing to help residents after the incident was first reported. Assistant Foreign Affairs Minister for International Relations Karishma Ryan has termed Liberia's bid for the International United Nations Security Council as a significant milestone endeavor. Minister Ryan said Liberia's bid marks a pivotal moment in the country's presence on the global stage. She furthered that Liberia as a country will play an active role in conflict mediation and global security among the Committee of Nations. Minister Red, rallying Liberians from all walks of life to see this move in the best interest of the country and its global presence. The assistant minister indicated that Liberia's bid on the UN Security Council is not for personal or political gains, calling for citizens' approach to ensure the success of the country. The Minister of National Defense has alarmed over current threat by the Atlantic Ocean on sweeping away the Liberian Coast Guard base if nothing is done to prevent the potential occurrence. Retired Brigadier General Geraldine George said this challenge underscores the urgent need for sustainable environmental defense strategy, making remarks at the program marking the celebration of the 60th anniversary of the Armed Forces of Liberia. Minister George disclosed inadequate accommodation for soldiers, healthcare, recreation facility remains as some of the pressing concerns of the Army. According to Minister George, the strategic priorities for 2025 include increased budgetary support, advocating for financial investment in infrastructural development, logistics, and training. The defense minister added that the EFA is committed to developing the capacity of men and women of the Army through recruitment drive and specialized training programs with support from the international partners. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the 6 a.m. edition of Kear Newsline on Kear Communications Network Incorporated. Let's bring you the voices of those making the news, beginning with this development. Liberia has been ranked 141 out of 180 countries covered by Corruption Perception Index, initiated by Transparency International, scoring 27 points in 2024 as compared to 25 points scored in 2023 during the regime of former President George Weah. Addressing a press conference in Monrovia Tuesday, Sintaya Executive Director Aloysius disclosed that Liberia has moved two steps on the 2024 Corruption Perception Index, ladder for the first time in 7 years. According to him, despite Liberia's rank in the 2024 CPI, which shows a marginal progress in the Waka Coons administration, efforts to fight against corruption means more work.
Perceived public sector corruption and 100 equals lowest level of perceived public sector corruption based on the view of experts. In 2024, 180 countries were targeted just as in 2023. The CPI draws upon 13 data sources which capture the assessment of experts and business executives on a number of corrupt behaviors in the public sector. These corrupt practices and behaviors include bribery, diversion of public funds and supplies, use of public office for private gain, procurement irregularities, state capture, and nepotism in the civil service. Also, some of the sources assess mechanisms available to prevent and address corruption in a country. Examples include government's ability to enforce targeted mechanisms, financial, logistical, and moral support to anti-graft institutions, independence and viability of anti-graft institutions, the effective prosecution of corrupt officials and others accused of corruption, conflict of interest prevention, access to information, freedom of speech in the media, and legal protection for human rights defenders and anti-corruption campaigners, whistleblowers, witnesses, journalists, and investigators. Liberia's school and performance. Liberia is ranked 141 out of 180 countries covered by CPI 2024, compared to 145 over 180 in 2020. Liberia moved 2 points up the CPI ladder from a score of 25 in 2023 to 27 in 2024.
Meanwhile, Sinta executive director has cautioned the Liberian government not to be complacent, adding that impunity for corruption still remains high.
Central is deeply concerned over Liberia's consistent poor performance, especially her place among the world's economies. Even though we acknowledge the 2 point increase on during the first year of the Baka Kunle administration, we caution against complacency as impunity for corruption still remains high. While President Baka has acted to suspend and dismiss some officials accused of corruption, he has failed to do likewise for others, giving an indication of partiality in his anti-graft efforts. We hold a view that the president's move to declare and publish his assets, incomes, and liabilities is laudable, but his gross failure to punish his non-compliant officials raises questions about his ability to fully match his anti-corruption commitments with these regional highlights and trends. On the regional front, the report found that Sub-Saharan Africa's systemic corruption is severely undermining climate action and other accountability efforts. The region has once again registered the lowest average score globally, 33 out of 100, well below the global average.
Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, Sinta executive director Aloysius Miamen. Sierra Leone President Julius Maada Bio has challenged the soldiers of the armed forces of Liberia to stand firm as guardians of democracy, uphold the rule of law, and defend the Liberian Constitution. Delivering the keynote speech marking the observance of the 68th Armed Forces Day Moravian on Tuesday, President Bill cautioned the AFL to remain out of political activities and stay loyal to the country and its people.
I charge you, the gallant men and women of the armed forces of Liberia, to stand firm as guardians of the democratic order, uphold the rule of law, defend the constitutional government. Remain above politics and let your loyalty be to the people, the Constitution, and the democratic institutions that form the foundation of this great nation. History has shown us that when the military aligns with democratic values, nations prosper. When it deviates, society falters. Your commitment to professionalism, respect for human rights, and collaboration with civil institutions will not just strengthen Nigeria's democracy, it will set an example for the region and reassure the people of your unwavering dedication to democratic values. Let your service be marked by integrity, patriotism, and unwavering dedication to peace. Be the shield that protects, not the sword that divides. Be the force that ensures stability, not the one that undermines it. Comrades, the people of Liberia look to you with trust. The region looks to you with expectation. And history will remember you for your steadfastness in upholding the principles of peace, justice, and democracy. The military alone cannot maintain peace and security. It requires a concerted effort involving political leaders, security institutions, community organizations, and even ordinary citizens. Stakeholders' engagement fosters inclusiveness, while trust and cooperation are all essential for stability. The threat to peace and security.
So then President Julius Matabele addressing the 60th Armed Forces Day in Montreal. The Committee on Rules, Order and Administration has led an eviction of the office of the embattled Speaker Fonati Kofa. Recently, the embattled Speaker Fonati Kofa vehemently refused to turn over the office to the majority black Speaker Richard Cohn. Speaking to reporters following the eviction, Bond County District 5 Representative James Collet said the office of the Speaker is not designated for any particular lawmaker, stating that such an office is occupied through legal means.
That space is not meant for any particular lawmaker. So I think there are two offices here that are intellectual offices that whoever assumes the position will definitely move there for the same. The office of the deputy speaker and other places. So the office, both the speaker has been barricaded, has been seized by the former speaker of the council, Jonathan Kofa of Brentwood District Number 2, and we have made several efforts as a plenary to have that office open. We sent 5 communications, different communications on different locations, communicating as far back as late last year to know that they. And in some of those communications, the last communication, he responded to it. And he said, if I can recall, at the bottom of said communication, he said that it was his last time talking to said matter. So thereafter, last Friday, we went to conduct this exercise, but the leadership advised that since you're coming to the country, we allow you to come over the weekend and have the things removed up to yesterday, Monday. And if I recall him at the action after, and he asked me as a whether how long will he continue to fight? He said, fight for what? Everything has been taken, the situation has been taken. And he still insisted that he could not turn the office over in that interview. And he said it was the last time talking to him. And we need to have this office prepared for use by the speaker, as you are aware. It's a statutory office to be able to discuss the interests of Nigeria. There's a man who is removed, and not only removed, but he's replaced. And not only replaced, but he doesn't come to work. Speaker Emerson has not come to work for more than 24 section days.
The Chairman Rules, Order and Administration of the majority black Vaughan County District 5 Representative James Collet. President Joseph Walker has reaffirmed his government's commitment in addressing the many challenges confronting the armed forces of Liberia. According to President Walker, his government is aware of the many challenges faced by the Liberian army and commending the soldiers for their dedication despite these challenges.
The government of Liberia under my administration recognizes that addressing these challenges is crucial for the continued strength, effectiveness, and preparedness of the armed forces. The government is committed to working tirelessly to improve the living conditions, training, and resources available to our military personnel. We are exploring various avenues to ensure that our armed forces are well equipped and adequately supported to meet the demands of the critical role they have on their shoulders to play. It is in this regard that we commence and will continue the renovation of existing military barracks around the country to ease the problem of congestion at the Eberbian, Kizali, and other functional barracks. While efforts are being made to renovate the Toby military barracks and restore it to its pre-war status, I'm instructing the Minister of Defense to partner with relevant and line entities to assess military facilities in Harper, Maryland County, Seneca and Nimba County, and in Chattanooga County to begin renovation of those sites. To the gallant men and women in the armed forces of Liberia, your bravery and dedication inspire us. As you stand guard at our borders, protect our airspace, and secure our waters, know that the entire nation stands with you in solidarity and support. Let me urge all of us as a nation to always remember the sacrifices made by those who have served before us, and let us honor their memory by continuing to uphold the values of courage, integrity, and patriotism. Together, we are on course to build a stronger, more resilient armed force that will never falter in its duty to safeguard our nation's territory and future.
You just listened to Liberia's President Joseph Walker. This is a reminder that you're listening to the Wednesday, February 12th, 2025, 6 a.m. edition of Kear News Line. My name is Aloysius, Chea presenting. In our top stories, majority black committee on rules, order, and administration, this largest embattled Speaker for the Kofa's office. Representative James Collier attributes the eviction of Kofa's refusal to vacate the office as instructed by the committee. Sierra Leone President Julius Malabio challenges soldiers of the armed forces of Liberia to stand and defend the country's constitution, urging the EFL soldiers to desist from political activities. Despite public outcries of rampant corruption of the Walker's government, Corruption Perception Index 2024 report reveals progress of the Liberian government in the fight against corruption, but Singtar, executive director, calls for more drastic approach against corrupt officials. In foreign news, Rwandan-backed M23 rebels attacked DR Congo army and a calm in fighting. We take a break to be back with more developments. Many thanks for rejoining us. The Minister of National Defense has alarmed over current threat by the Atlantic Ocean on sweeping away the Bureau Coast Guard base if nothing is done to prevent the potential occurrence. Retired Brigadier General Geraldine George said this challenge underscores the urgent need for sustainable environmental defense strategy. Making remarks at the program marking the celebration of the 60th anniversary of the Armed Forces of Liberia, Minister George disclosed inadequate accommodation for soldiers, health care, and recreation facility remain some of the pressing concerns of the Army. According to Minister George, the strategic priorities for 2025 include increased budgetary support, advocating for financial investment in infrastructural development, logistics, and training.
The Liberian Coast Guard base is currently threatened by coastal erosion. This challenge underscores the urgent need for sustainable environmental defense strategies, inadequate accommodation, healthcare, and recreation facilities remain of pressing concern. As we gather up for this incredible movement ahead, in this spring, the Ministry of National Defense remains unwavering in addressing our numerous challenges and building a stronger armed forces of Nigeria. Our strategic priorities for 2025 include increased budgetary support, advocating greater financial investment to address and improve important areas such as infrastructure, logistics, and training. Developing the AFL capacity through more recruitment drives and specialized training programs with support from our international partners. Fast tracking the construction of better accommodation and improving healthcare services for our soldiers and the family. Equipping the Coast Guard with enhanced tools such as boats to ensure that our security maritime borders are secure. As we celebrate Armed Forces Day today, I ask all Liberians to join and support our brave soldiers. To our friends from around the world, we say a big thank you for your help and ask for even more support from the Liberian defense sector, especially the armed forces of Liberia. I also urge the government and all stakeholders to prioritize the funding and resources necessary for the armed forces of Liberia to carry out its mission effectively. By working together, we can overcome the challenges before us and build a stronger and more capable military. To the men and women in arms, as we honor you today for your bravery, hard work, and strength, we extend our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to you and your respective families for your loyalty, dedication, and sacrifice to our nation. The safety of our nation is based on what you gave up and what you gave us. And your service show your constant love for Liberia. Remain focused on your mission and demonstrate supreme gathering and professionalism by affirming your loyalty and service to the state as a patriotic obligation and a constitutional responsibility.
Minister of National Defense, retired Brigadier General Geraldine George. Controversial Montserrado County District 10 Representative Yeka Cordoba has declared his intention to contest the 2029 presidential elections. Representative Cordoba says his intention is to prosecute President Joseph Walker and Vice President Jeremiah Coon for what he described as rampant corruption. Representative Cordoba vowed to campaign across Liberia to win the 2029 elections to ensure President Walker account for his gross violation of the rule of law. We sincerely apologize that our service is not yet ready. We hope to bring you that at 1, that's 12 p.m. Citizens of Medina Town in Gouda District, Green Cape County, have threatened to kill a baboon after the wildlife animal terrorized the lives of residents in the area. It can be recalled a baboon attack in the hand of man identified as Joe Armstrong and a minor in Medina Town, Gouda District, Grand Cape County. Speaking to reporters in the county, the citizens threatened to take away the life of the baboon if it continues to harm peaceful citizens in the town. They disclosed that the presence of the wildlife animal in the town has instilled fear in residents, preventing normal activities and creating disorder.
Very sad. Because this morning we were about to go do some work in graveyard. I know every year we set this day aside to do some brushing for our bereaved people. While getting ready to go, we got a message that the baboon cut the king died again and hit one of our daughter and took a little child, about 7 years old, and carried the child in the bush. However, they will manage to rescue the child from the baboon, but it wounded the child, so they are already to the children health center now. Because we put people in the bush to look to see how best we can get rid of that baboon. Because today, if we see that baboon, we get rid of it.
Every time you come, do not do this, do not do that, do not do that, do not do that. But we have resolved this bullet.
Okay.
Especially what happened this bullet. We have resolved. I mean, what that can say, we're not killing the kids. That's why I explain with kids. And now after speaking to our station, with yes, but hello,
Bush.
for it, I don't know if it's happening.
Okay.
So every time you talk, government will take and explain. We start with this thing. The like you can.
And I'm German about ministers of the town. And as the former director said, the Bible has gone on the wrong page.
Because government kill the last time, they kill the we shouldn't kill the Bible. We shouldn't have how much the Bible, but you have the Bible, how much I was telling you. I can't hacking that. The other day, it taught one to let you up. I cut the funeral off. It killed one already down. Today, I know how that they get it. We are really angry about this situation. Government can't come in to help. Tell them they will just sit down. The FDA put not taking no cons. They are not doing anything. FDA just sitting down. They will call so that we can't get them. We can't go in the bush to run behind the Bible. We don't have arms. We can't go in the bush to run behind the Bible. So today now it is very serious.
Because it is just for the time. Wow. You see, the issue of Bible has been critical for us. We thought FDA, the Kenya, the German, a lot of people, what just want to do to watch anymore. So that fear was in us, but today now, I don't fear anything. Anytime we see about we tell it, because the Bible can all enter in the town. So we're searching for it. And you see, then we should let them see it. Now, two questions. You say you take the other get up the apple, and the other they get the whole of what they call the apple. I tell them to do it. And you go to the
Yeah.
Citizens of Medina Town in Gawila District, Grand Kiban County, speaking to reporters. Presidential Press Secretary Kuda Fofana is urging families to support the girl children to acquire higher education. Anthony Kuda Fofana speaking at an official meetings as attorney at law in Grand Kiban County asserted that females should be given equal priorities as males. Anthony Fofana noted that many females want to aspire for higher heights but have not had the required support from their families.
Being there with my children, I see them somewhere, I hope they're grown. I have three beautiful daughters. One is 10, one is 4, and one is 1 year, 3 months. I'm mentioning this not to put a spotlight on my personal life, but to encourage young women, to encourage mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters, husbands, to encourage their daughters, to support them, to support their families, to support your girls, children to achieve higher education. Not just going to elementary school, but also completing elementary school and going to tertiary education. So they also sitting here as the first woman president or president of the Republic of Nigeria. Did not come because I grew up with civil in my life. The team with all of the challenges. We grew up in refugee camp. There were many days going to school without school fees, 2 feet off, it's us. It's me, we still have food for school fees. There were many days my parents didn't have food to eat. It's garlic. We used to cook 2 weeks to put soup on it to eat. So I'm saying all of these to encourage parents here not to resist. Send their children to school, especially the girls' children. So they infant moms, we have high rates of teen pregnancy. Our daughters have babies before they reach 18 years. We need to rethink this. We need to be our parents. We need to be parents in the home. We need to encourage our daughters and sons to want to do. And also, we listening to the comments about the proliferation of drugs. Our sons, our brothers are involved into high level of alcohol and drug addiction.
Presidential Press Secretary Kuda Fofana. Assistant Foreign Affairs Minister for International Organizations, Karishma Red, has termed Liberia's bid for the United Nations Security Council as a milestone endeavor. Mr. Red said Liberia's bid marks a pivotal movement in the country's presence on the global stage. She furthered that Liberia as a country will play an active role in conflict mediation and global security amongst the Committee of Nations. The Assistant Foreign Affairs Minister indicated that Liberia's bid on the UN Security Council is not for personal or political gains, calling for citizens' approach to ensure the success of the country.
the governor of Nigeria has worked hard to make this happen. We get the first official meeting in the General Assembly last year in September.
And then this is the national road so that Liberians can take ownership, Liberians can tell their own story, and Liberians can be aware of this history of Liberia being a member of the Non-Feminist Student Security Council in 1962 when we served. And this is also a historic movement for Liberia, especially the young people, and I'm proud to become those young people from the youth that definitely we know that Liberia is going to win history and is going to take us to another stage. Our voice will go fly on the international stage, and Liberia can also benefit from the future when it comes to African region. And Liberia its citizens appropriately on the national stage, where our president will be chosen
Okay.
as the president of the Security Council. This is a remarkable decision. And this is not just a decision. This president is not just authority, it's not just the definition of every idea, every student, from every corner of this country, every single idea. This is a call for action.
Assisting Foreign Affairs Minister for International Organizations, Karishman, were speaking to reporters, including the station. In foreign news, the Rwandan-backed M23 rebels have attacked Congolese government forces in the South Kivu province, breaking a two-day low in fighting. Heavy shelling began on Tuesday morning, 3 days after a summit of East and Southern African leaders called for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire. The rebels have seized vast stretches of land in the eastern DR Congo, including the major city of Goma. They are now pushing towards Bukavu and the capitals of South Kivu, another key city in the region. Around 2,900 people have been killed since early January as a result of the hostilities, the latest UN figure suggests. Approximately 700,000 others are estimated to have been forced from their homes and thousands more injured. Tuesday's fighting erupted near Awusi, a locality around 70 kilometers from Bakuvu and 40 kilometers from the South Kivu's airport, security sources told news agency AFP. Many thanks to all of you for playing your usual listening role. Before we go to a quick recap of the major stories. Majority Black Committee on Rules, Order and Administration dislodges embattled Speaker Fonati Kofa's office. Representative James Coley attributes the eviction to Kofa's refusal to vacate the office as instructed by the committee. Sierra Leone President Julius Maada challenges soldiers of the armed forces of Liberia to stand and defend the country's constitution, urging the EFL soldiers to desist from political activities. Despite political crimes and rampant corruption of the workers' government, Corruption Perception Index 2024 report reveals progress of the Liberian government in the fight against corruption, but Sinta executive director calls for a more drastic approach against corrupt officials. Away from Liberia, Rwandan-backed M23 rebels attacked DR Congo army ending calm in fighting. The details of these plus other developments will brought you on this Wednesday's edition of Kear Newsline at 6 a.m. Many thanks to all of you for playing your usual listening role. Many thanks to all of our reporters and editors for their role in this presentation. Do join us at 12 p.m. for the May Day presentation of Kear Newsline. Jefferson Perry Star Control and produce the sounds. On behalf of the news team, I'm Aloysius Chea presented. Good morning.